Now we are moving to public transport, and I'm going to demonstrate an app which is available in a number of cities and countries around the world, Moovit. Hello everyone, I'm Ed Green, and today I'm going to demonstrate the transport app, Moovit. Moovit's a great app if you want to plan a journey to a particular location from where you currently are, as well as for looking up where your nearest or favourite bus stops are, when the next buses or trains there are due, and also if you want to look at what bus or train lines might be nearby, you can do that as well and find out when they're due that way. So I've got the app open on my screen. I'm going to start actually at the bottom of the screen where there are 3 tabs because they affect the rest of the screen content, and I think it'll make more sense if you know where we are first. So I'm going to touch the bottom left-hand tab.
Directions tab selected. Position 1 of 3.
And this is primarily the route you'll use to plan a journey. So let's go ahead and do that.
Word home. Tap to set. Advert. Where do you want to go? Double tap to activate. Double tap to showing English. UK. QWERTY. Keyboard. Locations. Editing. Type an address or location. Edit box. Double tap and hold to long press. Editing options available. Use swipe up then right to view.
So here we are. So I'm going to key in, I think, Buckingham Palace.
Buckingham Palace. Edit box. Type an address or location. Keep clear query. But stations and list. Buckingham Palace Road, Bressenden Place, Victoria. Line timetable for places. Buckingham Palace, London, UK. Buckingham Palace. Double tap to activate.
That's the one I want.
Plan a journey. Navigate up button out from your current switch directions button to Buckingham Palace, London, UK. Double time. Depart now. Select departure time. Double tap to activate.
I'm just navigating this resultant screen.
Filter button. Double tap to activate.
Now, filters will show you different sorts of routes. So it'll show you the fastest route, the route with least walking, perhaps the route with least changes. It'll let you select or deselect different transport modes as well if you have a preference. So quite a useful thing to go into.
Unlabeled. Find route save. Add. OpenStreetMap. Navigation bar. Recent apps key. Plan a journey. Unlabeled. Find route save. Add. Open. Find routes.
Find routes is what we want. So I'm going to hit the find route button.
Navigate up button. From your current location. Switch directions button. Double tap to activate.
Now, when we navigate to the first route, it's a little bit garbled, so I'll play it, but then I'll just double tap it because it makes much more sense once you've actually opened it. You'll see what I mean in a minute.
To Buckingham Palace, London, UK. Time. Depart now. Select departure time. Filter button. Add and list. Unlabeled. Amazon photo. 90%. Install now. Suggested routes. Route 1 or Tube Line District or Tube Line District or Tube Line District and walk 9 minutes. Total time 31 minutes. Fare is £2.50. Leaves in 2, 6, 12 minutes from West Kensington. 31 minutes. Double tap to activate.
So it wasn't presented in the best
Route
way
1 or
there,
Tube Line District. Directions. Navigate up button out of list.
It ought
Double
to make
tap to
much more
activate.
sense now that we're in it.
Directions. Total journey time 31 minutes. Earlier button. This journey begins at 22:16 until 22:47. Later button. Leave your current location at 22:16. Leave at 22:16 from your current location. Walk to West Kensington. Enter at North End Road. 310 m 4 minutes. Walk to.
That's right. That's where West Kensington Tube Station is.
More info. Image. Wait for one of these options. Line district, parking expected arrival time. 1 minute. The next arrival after that is in 11 minutes, line district, Upminster. Expected arrival time. 5 minutes. Wait for one of these options. Line district, parking expected arrival time. 1 minute. The next arrival after that is in 10 minutes, line district, Upminster. Expected arrival time. 6 minutes.
So a little bit verbose, but you'll see it's telling you when the anticipated trains are.
Show another option. Travel to St. James Park, exit at Palmer Street, 6 stops, 13 minutes.
So that's really helpful. It's told you which exits it is. It's told you how many stops it is.
More info. Image. Walk to Buckingham Palace, London, UK, 700 m 9 minutes. Walk to.
And it's told us it's a 9-minute walk from there. Now, if I carry on flicking through, at the very end of this, there's a go button, which would then give me live directions as I walked if I wanted it to do that. The other good thing about planning your route via the journey planner, even if you know, broadly speaking, which way you're going to go, is that Moovit will notify you when you're close to your stop. Our buses in London talk typically, but if the talking buses aren't working for whatever reason, or especially obviously if it's an unfamiliar route, then you might well want to do it this way, just so that it does notify you once you reach your destination. So I'm going to come out of the Journey Planner tab.
Navigate up button. Plan a journey. Route 1. Navigate up button. Move it. Where do you want to go? Double tap the recent journeys. Recent journey stations tab. Position 2 of 3. Double tap to activate.
This is the next tab. Stations. Let's see what we've got in here.
Stations. Stations tab selected. Position 2 of 3. Lines tab. Position 3. Selected. Nearby stops. Tab 1 of 2. And list 2 items.
So we have 2 tabs sort of in probably a third of the way down the screen. There's nearby.
Favorites. Tab 2 of 2. Double tap to activate.
And favorites. I don't have anything in favorites because this is a relatively fresh install of the app. So let's just carry on looking at nearby stations.
Station Lytton Estate. R is 2 minutes walk away from you. Lines 306, 28, and 28. Stop here and list. Double tap to activate.
I'll open this up.
Stop. Navigate up button out of list. Double tap to activate.
Had I continued to swipe right, it would have actually told me what the next couple were, but I thought it for expediency, we'll just go into this and have a look.
Bus. Open map. More options. Lytton Estate, IDR, and list. Lytton next arrivals based on the vehicle's GPS location.
So that's good. It's not giving us the published timetable. It's based on the vehicle's GPS location. That's quite helpful.
Line 28, towards Wandsworth. Expected arrival time 5 minutes. The next arrival after that is in 17 minutes, line status. Service changed. Double tap to activate.
So if I were to double tap that line, it would show me the various stops on that line. So I could have a little look at those if I wanted to get a rough idea as to how many stops it was between where I am and wherever it was I wanted to go.
Line 306, towards Fulham, Sands End. Expected arrival time 10 minutes, line status. Service changed. Double tap to activate.
And so we've got the other line at stop in 10 minutes for 306, as you heard. So I'm going to come out of this.
Navigate up button. Move it. Station Lytton Estate. R is 2 minutes. Stations tab selected. Lines tab. Position 3 of 3.
And the third tab on here is the Lines tab. So if you double tap this.
Lines. Lines tab selected. Position 3 of 3.
We have various tabs here for the different lines available.
Line 1, towards Catalan favorite lines, tab 1 of 9, and all, tab 2 of 9. Selected, bus, tab 3 of 9. Train, tab 4 of 9. Tube, tab 5 of 9. Tramlink, tab 6 of 9. DLR, tab 7 of. Airline, tab 8 of. River bus, tab 9 of 9. Double tap to activate.
In order to use the Lines tab most effectively, you're probably best off searching. The Stations tab really is better for what's immediately around you. But let's say I wanted to know about the bus number 11.
Tube, tab, menu, button, out of list. Search for a line. Train. Selected. Bus. Menu, button, out. Search for a line. Showing English, UK, QWERTY, keyboard. Move it. Editing, search for a bus line, edit box. Double tap and hold to long press. Editing options available. Use swipe up then right to view.
I'll search for the 11. That goes from Fulham to Liverpool Street.
Board. Symbol keyboard. 1. Show. Move it. Line S1. Board. 1. Out of list. Double tap to act. 1. 1. Search. Line 117. Towards Staines, West Middlesex Hospital. Navigate up. Button. 11. Edit box. Search for a bus line. Clear query. Button. All. Tab. 1 of 8. And list. Selected. Bus. Tab. Train. Tab. Tube. Tab. Tramlink. DL Airline. River bus. London buses. Line 11. Towards Liverpool Street. Fulham Broadway. Button. Double tap to activate.
And there it is. There's our 11 bus line. I'll double tap that.
Got it. Read more. Out of list. Off. Receive line updates. Switch. Receive line updates. Double tap.
We could get line updates.
Off. Navigation bar. Back. Button. Line. Navigate up. Button. Information for line 11 by London buses. Service alerts. Operation hours. 0. Direction. Towards Liverpool Street. Change direction. Double tap. Station name Edith Grove / World's End. Station details. Full timetable. Station name Oberry Street / World's End. QH. Button. Double tap to activate.
And here are the various stations on the 11 line if I wanted to examine it. So that's a brief flavour of the Moovit app. There's more functionality than I've shown you there, but a very useful app, a little bit verbose in places, but an excellent way to find out how to get from A to B, or indeed when your next bus or tube or train is. One thing I don't think I said in the demo, which I should have done, is I should have clarified the spelling. It's Moovit. It's not quite as you'd expect. Another thing that I only discovered today, because I don't really use the journey planning feature of that app much, but somewhat annoyingly, it didn't take into account underground engineering works. Happily for me, I knew there were some, so I didn't believe the app when it routed me. One of the giveaways was, in my demo, you'll have heard it gave tube arrivals in relative time increments. So it didn't today. It gave it in absolute time. It read me the timetable. So it would have been possible to divine that something fishy was going on. But still, I don't think it should show you routes you can't travel.